My name is Shannon Belcher. Natural disasters such as 2005 Hurricane Katrina have rippling effects on communities that left families struggling to pick up the pieces and make ends meet. As I dig into the events leading up to hurricane, which is often referred to as a man-made disaster rather than a natural disaster, due to the infrastructure problems caused by this storm that ravaged New Orleans and other parts of the Gulf Coast. This hurricane was what the Federal Emergency Management Agency called the single most catastrophic natural disaster in U.S. history. How did Hurricane Katrina affect communities? What state and federal policy were implemented? And were good intentions used to produce efficient results during the emergency evacuation? Hurricane Katrina had a total of 1,392 fatalities, with nearly half of them over the age of 74. At the peak, more than 1 million people in the Gulf region were displaced by the storm, even though the hurricane relief shelters housed 273,000 people. Only 114,000 people were housed in FEMA trailers. During the first 10 years after the storm, FEMA provided more than $15 million to the Gulf states for public works projects, including the repair and rebuilding of roads, schools, and buildings. But as communities struggled to find loved ones and the friends who were displaced, panic began to set in amongst citizens, thinking that the government had abandoned them due to the delayed response of emergency relief. Following Hurricane Katrina's landfall, law and order in New Orleans quickly deteriorated due to 70% of the police force being affected by the disaster. Then lawlessness overwhelmed the city, hindering relief efforts and delaying recovery. The Department of Justice and the Department of Homeland Security coordinated federal assets and aligned federal agencies to assist the New Orleans Police Department to restore essential services like power, water, and telecommunications. FEMA, along with the American Red Cross, coordinated emergency services, which enabled support and counseling for the special needs populations with immediate short-term assistance and expedited processing of federal benefits. Despite a failed emergency plan, victims of Katrina did not know where vital resources, aid, and other order would come from during the aftermath of the storm. Despite advance warnings, the devastation of Katrina was underestimated. The local emergency management team's lack of preparation proved insufficient, leading to delays in delivering resources where they were most desperately needed. The lack of coordination between federal, state, and local agencies resulted in confusion over roles of responsibilities and structure that hindered deployment of vital resources. Poor communication and sharing of information between agencies and the public led to conflicting messages and a perception of a lack of credibility from government sources. In conclusion, Hurricane Katrina's devastation highlighted significant vulnerabilities in infrastructure, emergency preparedness, and coordination among agencies. The storm's impact on community was profound, with substantial loss of life and widespread displacement. While federal, state, and local policies aim to provide relief and rebuilding, the execution revealed critical gaps in preparedness and response. Moving forward, it is essential to address these shortcomings to ensure more effective and efficient disaster management, ultimately safeguarding communities and enhancing resilience against future catastrophes. As we reflect on Hurricane Katrina's aftermath, it's clear that addressing these vulnerabilities is not just about improving systems, but about protecting lives and communities. By learning from past mistakes and enhancing our disaster management strategies, we can build a more resilient future, ensuring that we are better prepared to face the challenges of tomorrow. After Hurricane Katrina, we have many ideas of how to prepare for a hurricane. What we've learned from Hurricane Katrina will help us with hurricanes in the future.